Ego is not the enemy. For a long time, I was deeply suspicious about my own ego. Like many people, I had absorbed the idea that ego is dangerous, that it devours, blinds, and corrupts. I kept it under tight watch, always afraid of letting it grow unchecked. But over time, I began to notice something troubling. This constant self-surveillance was not only protecting me from arrogance, it was also eroding my voice, my presence, and my sense of agency. Then one day, a quiet realization arrived. The ego itself was never the real problem. In fact, without an ego, there's no I to speak, no unique perspective to bring into the world. Without ego, we lose not only vanity, but also vitality. The real question is not whether we should have an ego, but what kind of ego we bring forward. Living inside your own ego, sharing your own ego, that in itself is not harmful. What becomes problematic is when we force a display of self that simply isn't compelling, alive, or meaningful. And here's the subtlety. How do you know the difference? How do you draw that line between healthy self-expression and empty self-promotion? I found it useful to think in terms of 3 quiet tests. First, the truth test. Ask yourself, is this genuinely what I think, feel, or believe? If no one were watching, would I still want to say it? Second, the value test. Just ask yourself, does this bring something fresh, a perspective, a piece of knowledge, or an emotion? Does it open a window for someone else? Third, energy test. Ask yourself, after sharing this, do I feel fuller or emptier? Does it make me want to create more, or does it leave me drained? When all 3 are met, the ego isn't just on display, it's in service of something larger. It becomes a living presence, not a hollow mask. So, here's a little exercise I'll start doing before I speak, write, or record. I ask myself, if this were the last time I could ever express this thought, how would I say it? That question strips away performance for the sake of performance. It leaves behind the most essential, most alive part of me. And ironically, that's when the ego becomes most beautiful, not as an inflated balloon, but as a vessel for truth. Maybe the point isn't to kill the ego, but to give it something worth carrying. This is Shan, recording my thoughts here in Beijing. If you enjoyed this reflection, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. See you in the next one.